Oh yeah.
I was hoping so. I was hoping you weren't going to say no on that one.
Hey man, we're losing people in the waiting room here.
Wait, we're on live.
No, we're not. We're on live. Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
What's on
yes.
live? On the YouTube?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Why is mine still say waiting?
Refresh.
I'm refreshing.
It's gonna work. You probably were live for like 45 minutes now.
No, we weren't. We just went on live.
All right, so that means I need to start always at like 250 with this.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, oh shucks. All right, let me turn myself down.
Oh wait, can you hear yourself?
I did, not anymore, but.
Why not playing?
Oh,
mine is still tripping.
We're live. You're good. We're good. We're live. Let's go.
Okay.
I just posted on Facebook and said, we're live.
All right, everybody. Like I said, we're live, man. We're live. Thank you, everybody, to that showed up here, and I really appreciate the people in the Zoom. Megan, how are you?
Fabulous. How are you?
Yeah, it's snowy. I'm enjoying the snow. I'm enjoying the stuff. Jermaine, how about yourself? Or Jermaine too, how about yourself?
I'm safe. I don't have COVID, so that's great. And I'm waiting to, I'm gonna cook some turkey legs this evening.
Nice, nice. Allie, how about yourself?
I am just constantly living the dream. It's about it. I'm happy to be here.
That's great. Well, hello, everybody. Zoom, YouTube, everybody that's watching as of right now. We definitely appreciate you guys for coming in. What I'm going to add into the BGCM scholarship chat on YouTube, I just want you to say your first name or write your first name. Write your first name if you're viewing. Write your first name, and that's it. Nothing else. We just want to know your first name, okay? If you're viewing. So the purpose of this scholarship show is for our members to communicate with us and talk about different things regarding college, career, high school, whatever, life, social relationships, anything of that nature. We want you guys to ask us as many questions as you want. We have different people on our live or Zoom meeting just to answer those questions and even get their feedback and maybe even some of their experiences of what they've been going through their lives. I didn't even introduce myself. My name is AJ Holmes. I'm a post-secondary coordinator for Boys and Girls Club of the Midlands. I've been in this position for about 7 months. It's been 7 months, 7 months. Been going pretty smooth. I'm enjoying myself. I'm on the scholarship team, and obviously I'm your host every Thursday, 3 p.m. Sorry for the lateness with it being 3:08. The snow is getting to me right now, but yeah, we appreciate you guys for being here. Like I said, you said what?
The coldness is freezing your brain.
Yeah, you're right. So we're gonna go around the room. You get what I'm saying? Around the room, boom, 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 and you're just gonna explain who you or say who you are, your purpose of being on this Zoom call, and we'll get started after that. Anyone can start. I already went, so yeah.
Well, you want me to say something?
Yep, you go.
Jermaine, you go first.
Well, I'm just excited to try to connect with students. I mean, we're in shutdown mode, obviously, so we're isolated in our homes, and hopefully everybody's safe and sound. So I just want to see faces, hear from students, team members, scholarship students, see how everybody's doing. This is obviously the new normal, the way of life for the unforeseen future. And so I think this is just a great format to at least connect with everybody at a minimum of once a week, so we can at least see people's faces and check on the well-being of others. So tune in every Thursday so we can check up on you.
He's also Jermaine Jones, the VP of Scholarship and Community Outreach. I forgot to say that. He is the head of the scholarship program, so I let our viewers know that. Go ahead, Megan.
Thank you.
I'm Megan. I'm a scholarship recipient. Jermaine asked me to do this,
Oh.
and yeah, I don't know. It's a good way to connect. I didn't
Where are
think
you
about
graduating from?
it. University of Iowa in May.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
Yeah,
And
I get to
what?
do my graduation and click to receive my diploma since there's no walking. It's great.
Awesome. Love that
Yeah.
for you.
Yes. Yes.
Well,
And degree is in what, Megan?
Health and human physiology.
that a girl.
Nice.
Right.
And she is an
And then
alumni of the Carter Lake Club.
I am.
And then coming to a school near you where?
In Omaha.
Yes. And that institution is called
College of St. Mary's, hopefully.
Yes. Love
Find out in May.
the friggin' doctorate program.
Super
Love
excited.
Love that for you.
Yes.
I'm Ali Martinez. I'm the other post-secondary coordinator. I work with Akeem and under Jermaine. I am actually, my last day is actually tomorrow. So I will be relocating to Simpson College in Indianola, Iowa to work as a loan coordinator and a financial aid counselor. But I wanted to be on this first YouTube live that we're doing because the new normal. But I'm always available for guest appearances to help answer any questions that kids need. And I'm ready for the discussion and things they might throw our way. I'm excited for all my scholarship recipients that are doing so awesome in school. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually.
Hey, I got a technical question here.
Okay. Okay.
I'm on YouTube on my other computer and it's not showing up for me. What is going on?
It showed up for me, so it might just be your computer.
You guys are delayed on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be like 20 seconds delayed on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah. But on Zoom, it'll be like, yeah, it'll just keep rolling. So yeah, anybody, thank you all for, oh, Miss Regina, would you like? Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. Your introduction for yourself.
Hi, I am Regina Tullis-Williams. I'm the Director of Program Development for the clubs, and I have never been on a live YouTube, and this is a first. Woo!
Oh yeah.
Bucket list thing.
Love that.
It's so beautiful.
Yes. So thank you all for just an introduction about yourself, and we'll get right into our discussion. One of our topics. Anybody that has a question or anything that you just want to ask about college life, high school, whatever it is, go ahead and type it in the YouTube chat, and we'll get that answered for sure. And anybody in the Zoom call, if you have a question, maybe one of the students pretty much has an answer, or you need an answer for, or whatever, go ahead and ask that question too, or just say it out loud. It's all open for everybody. So our my topic for today, one of our topics is, what is my future?
Good question.
Oh yeah, go ahead, Ms. Rita.
Oh no, I said.
Oh. I thought she said,
Yeah, she said good question.
oh,
Did you say what is your future?
what is my future, or what is your future? However you want to take it as.
I think in general, just all freshmen through seniors and then all of our scholarship recipients, that's a big question that I feel like even when you get into college, you're still trying to answer, just because like you leave high school and you get to college, you pick your major, all that stuff. You're told that you have to graduate, here are your requirements, and it's still like, well, what do I do post college? So I think personally for me, it was like, what am I gonna do? What do I need to do to make sure I'm happy for 40 hours a week every time I go to work, so that it's not so much a job, and I love what I do. And I think again that comes with trial and error, because my first job I was like, no, this is not what I want to do. But then I found the clubs, and now I feel like I'm starting an actual career rather than searching for jobs. So I think that's something that you continue to learn, but I also think it's something that needs to be asked consistently throughout your life. Megan, what do you think, since you're graduating?
I think that's a terrifying question because I'm graduating,
Mhm.
but I agree. I think there's a lot to take into consideration that not everything needs to be planned out right away. And I think that's what I'm struggling with because I don't really know what my future holds because I'm waitlisted, so I'm not accepted or denied to where I can make a plan.
Mhm.
But I also have time. I think that's the biggest thing to take into consideration is that it's okay if you don't have it planned out. I didn't pick my major until junior year, didn't pick what I wanted to do for a potential grad school until this year, didn't apply until a month before deadline. So like I think everything works out for the best. So not to stress about what our futures hold.
Yeah, that's for sure.
It's good stuff.
Definitely. And go ahead, Jermaine. You were about to say something?
I'll just say that's good stuff from Megan. Go ahead, AJ.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely agree. Megan and Allie. I mean, even for myself, definitely in college because I didn't know what my future was going to entail or what I even wanted to do. And even here today now, I'm still in the air about stuff just because I see new things, different things. I'm like, man, I have an interest in that. That might be something I could do later on in my future. But just having that mindset of just continue to find out what interests you and what and like how you mentioned, it's a full-time thing that you have to accomplish and try to get a hold of for sure. I mean, just building your future and having that future plan it can be tough, but just having that mindset of knowing that you can achieve whatever it is that you want to later on is a blessing. It's definitely a blessing. Jermaine, do you have any input on what is my future or your future?
Well, I'm still building on my future. I think for young people, those teens and current scholarship recipients, I think a big thing is putting yourself out there.
Mhm.
Trying to experience as much as you can. It's doing things that you're not 100% comfortable with is a key. Because if you're comfortable with everything that you do, then that's not allowing yourself to grow. So you have to experience as much as possible to help build out what that future is. I know that's something that I did, coming through college, even in high school. I was a part of so many different programs, after school programs. Even when I got to college, putting myself out there to figure out what you like and what you don't like, because it's just as important to figure out what you don't like.
Mhm.
At the same time, figuring out what you have a passion for. So even in Megan's situation, she's approaching graduation, about to walk across the stage. Will virtually walk across the stage
Like
next month. Yeah. So, but even at that stage, you're still growing, you're still figuring things out. But you can't, because I guarantee if you ask Megan right now, Megan, if when you get admitted to this program, are you 100% prepared for a doctorate level program?
no, I don't even know what I would consider my research on. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So you're going to take more classes.
Mhm.
May even do an internship. You may do some job shadows. You may get a part-time job that helps, figure out that whole framework. So it's a process. You just can't get frustrated along that pathway.
Right.
I also think when you think about like college and what is your future, incoming freshmen need to know that whatever you choose for your major that year, you are not stuck in it. So like Jermaine said, you're going to have experiences that you dislike wholeheartedly. So you may go into education and then all of a sudden you're a business major. I mean, we've seen it happen. So I think that's one thing that I would, if it's a good advice to most freshmen, is that you're going to go into something, you're probably going to hate it, and then you're going to go into something else. The average student changes their major 4 or 5 times anyway. So just knowing that you have the capability to change and experience different things during your tenure at that university or college.
And that's exactly what I did. I changed my major 4 or 5 times.
Same.
Yeah.
I was lucky. I changed mine twice.
I actually didn't change mine.
Oh.
It's definitely against the norm.
It is. I just knew I needed to work with people, so I got a people degree.
People.
Okay. Like I was mentioning before, any questions that you guys might have that you while you're watching this YouTube live, go ahead and ask it in the chat. Another question, just to build off of what you guys were mentioning, how do you build your future? I know Jermaine mentioned it a little bit too, with pretty much in a sense like networking, putting yourself out there, doing certain things that you out of the norm that you would do. That's a great example for sure. What's some other ways that you guys think are ways to build your future?
One thing I would say is, you always ask, or some people ask the question, who do you know? But another question is, who knows you? So the only way people get to know you and who you are and what you bring to the table is as you got to present yourself. You got to put yourself out there. Going to fairs, hiring fairs, career fairs. If you see someone who's in a career field that you have aspirations to be in one day, shooting them an email or a phone call, letting them know what your plans are for the future, and getting to know those individuals. Even as a professional now, I reach back to folks that were inspirational to me and encouraging to me when I was coming up through high school and in college, just to continue to build that network. People know people that know other people that can put you in contact with people that you probably would have never thought of. So that's part of the process is, you got to get out of your bubble. You have to get out of your bubble and continue to build your network, and you're never too young to start doing that.
So Megan, I have a question for you. You come from Carter Lake, Iowa, that's small, and they're kind of their own state. But do you think getting out of there and experiencing new things have really helped you along the way and made you come out more as a person?
I would say yes. It's a little hard to be super involved at a really big top 10 university. So that is a little bit of a struggle, but I feel like if you try, like Jermaine said, or just like talking to teachers or reaching out, I feel like that's helped. Like I have a TA who does research in a physiology lab who is currently recruiting people to try to help him figure out his research for his PhD. So that's just something that you can get involved with for like research, and it's a networking way that I'm considering now because I'm like, oh, I have nothing else to kind of just throw my name out there from the university. So I don't know. It was weird going from knowing everyone in Carter Lake to living on a campus full of thousands of people. But now that I'm a senior, I see familiar faces and I wave, and I feel like it's pretty nice.
I think it's, again, just putting yourself out there and joining things that you didn't think you were going to join when you went into college, going to, because on every campus, especially the bigger they get, they're going to have something for everybody, or they're going to have something every day that's related to academics or different majors. So it's just attending those things. You don't have to be the person who's necessarily leading them, but just going, meeting different people, definitely getting to know your professors. And then knowing that when you're choosing a school, the bigger the school, the harder it might be to relate to teachers. So just understanding who you are as a person, where you're going to get your best bet for education.
That's another important thing is like what type of school do you want to go to?
Mm-hmm.
I looked at small school that was probably the size of my high school coming out. But then I also looked at UNL where there was, over 25,000 students on campus. So it's also, you got to know yourself and what type of environment you think you're going to be the best type of learner.
Yeah, and again, a lot of that plays into, and again, can you afford the school? Everyone wants to go to the big schools out of state everywhere, but are you going to get your best education there, and how much debt are you going to come out of that with? So just, again, knowing yourself, knowing your family and the environment you come out of, and just knowing the best way you learn. And for me personally, I learned better in smaller settings. So going to a junior college and then going to a small private school was perfect for me. Whereas some people can learn in classes of 500 to 1,000. It's just depending on what type of kid you are.
I would add to that to say that even if you do go to a school that has like 500, like our average class size is probably close to 300 to 500, roughly, depending on the classes. Not being afraid to ask for help.
Mhm.
Because even if you think it's a stupid question, there's a good chance that half the class has the same question. And it's something that the teacher is so knowledgeable about that they don't understand, that we don't understand the same way that they do.
Mhm.
I think that took me a year or two to really be able to do comfortably and ask a question in a large lecture.
Mhm.
So I would say that's pretty important too.
Yeah, and play off that, just being able not only to ask questions in the classroom, but ask for help. You know, they have writing centers, stuff like that. Ask help with, if you have the scholarship from the BGCM, ask us for help. You know, use the resources that you have around you, because ultimately they can be, unlimited. So again, just not being afraid to come out of that comfort zone and asking people for help.
Definitely. Being vocal is definitely something that everyone should try to do. Don't try to hold back. No question is a dumb question. Well, most questions are not dumb. I should say. I ask a lot of those, but they're not dumb. But anyways, yeah. So yeah, no question is a dumb question. I mean, you asking a question and you getting the answer for it, it could benefit you most likely. So I don't know who that is in that iPhone, but hello, you're on the show.
Introduce yourself.
Hello, Mr. AJ, Mr. Jones, and Miss Martinez.
That's Tavion.
Oh, it's Tavion. That's Tavion.
Show your face, man.
Man, I'm in the bed. I gotta get up.
What?
Damn, you don't show your face.
You're in bed. It's 3:30 in the afternoon.
Man, it's 3:30 and it's snowing.
Oh my God.
What they gotta, you inside, aren't you? You not outside in the snow.
Man, cause I don't want to be outside in the snow.
Your question, Tavion.
Oh
There
Lord.
you go.
Y'all got me on YouTube.
Yep.
I
Yes,
ain't signed no
sir.
contract to be on YouTube.
Man, we live out here.
Yeah, it's interrupting my criminal minds, man. This is good shit.
Hey, man. You gotta introduce yourself. What are you doing right now? You know, what's your college plans, your career path? You gotta introduce yourself, man. Let the world know who you are.
Man, my name is Tavion Davis. Currently is in school at Metro Community College. Trying to get into real estate, but that's on pause due to coronavirus, which sucks. You gonna wait up on me or no, man? They told me I gotta wait for my fingerprints.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I was like, what are you talking about? Okay.
Oh, but also, what did you complete already? You did your real estate class.
I already did my classes. I already took my classes for my license. So I just gotta study for the exam, to be honest with you.
Good deal. Wait, so Tavion is a current scholarship recipient as well. So that's good to see you, man.
It's good to see you guys too. AJ, what's up with the elf hat? Christmas hat.
Like you just said, it's snowing outside. I'm just
Christmas in April.
It's April. It's
snowing.
It's also Omaha, Nebraska too, though. So.
True. Very true.
I'm gonna get off your guys' YouTube though, man.
Tavion, I thought you said you had a question.
Question. What was my question? I don't remember. When we going to lunch, even though everything's closed.
Oh my God, get this kid off.
Hey,
of
restaurants
right
are
now.
closed, man.
I want lunch. I'm
Go
feeling a big.
Go get you some takeout.
I'm feeling a big steak right now, man.
You feel it? Well, look at Uber Eats.
Longhorn's doing takeout.
Longhorn.
Yeah, Longhorn. They got Longhorns here.
Oh, hey, Megan. Hey,
Hello.
how you doing?
Great.
Hey.
All right, AJ, ask your question.
All right, I'm
All
done,
right,
man. I'm gonna let you guys have it.
Keep it rolling.
You
All
guys
right,
later.
so
Hi, Tavion.
he's leaving. Oh,
He left.
all right. So dang, no questions yet on YouTube yet. I'm just waiting for
People are watching though, because they're texting me about it.
They texting?
Don't ask a all I need is that first question so I can do the sound effect.
I am blasting Facebook, man. I am like, we're live. Tune in.
All right, what's the next question?
All right, next question. What are some paths you can take to achieve your future. That's kind of the same as the last one, though. Once I think about it.
Go to the next one then.
There go Lorna.
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 Oh, this is fun.
Get off of mute. Get off of mute. She's just a cheese.
Start laughing.
Get off of mute, Lorna. Get off of mute. You on mute?
Good now.
Hey.
Okay. I'm sorry. I've never really used this before, so it's like.
Hey, you gotta introduce yourself. What year of school? Where you go to school at? What's your major?
I am going to Wartburg College. I'm a second year, and I'm a psych and social major.
Nice.
Yeah, love that.
Wartburg is where?
It's in Waverly, Iowa, so like 2 hours north of Des Moines-ish, a little bit to the east.
And the Iowa students is tough today, huh?
Yeah.
You got Meg on, you got Lorna on. Allie leaving us to go to an Iowa school.
Go Iowa.
Dang, Iowa's tough. Man, Lorna, give us an update. How things going down there amidst the virus?
Good, good. Let's see. I mean, Wartburg just kind of was like, we should stay in class. But everybody else is kind of canceling. Okay, you guys can go home. But so it's like, okay, fine, I'll go home. But
So y'all not strictly online down there?
we are. Some people
Okay.
can stay on campus if they chose to. So like, but we were strongly encouraged to leave. So we are all online now.
Okay.
But
And you still in Waverly though, right?
nope, I'm in Council Bluffs now.
Oh, you in
Yeah.
CB? Okay, cool.
Yep.
Best town in Iowa.
I think all of our students got kicked out of the dorms.
Oh,
So
really?
unless you had off-campus housing, like you were asked to leave. And if not, they gave you like a 2-week period
Wow.
to figure
Dang.
your stuff out.
Iowa's not playing, are they?
No. And that was, I feel like, really hard for a lot of the international students who can't
Oh,
get flights home.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's
Iowa
crazy.
City is dead. There's like nobody anywhere.
Well, it's college town. Everyone's gone.
There's so many apartments up for sale though.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah.
All right. What's your next question, Akeem?
All right, so before we do this,
Is that a drum roll?
one more.
We can't hear it very well.
Thank gosh.
All right, so challenge alert, here we go. All right, so everybody out there in YouTube, if you are a member, staff, parent, whatever it is, we want you to participate in this challenge. What we're gonna do is, Allie and myself created a vision board. We want everybody, if you would like to be a part of this challenge, to create a vision board and then send it to us before next Thursday. Okay?
Aw.
What's wrong?
No, it's cute. That's cool.
Oh, you scared me. I didn't know what was going on. Okay, so yes, what we're gonna do is I'll show, you wanna go first or me?
You can go first.
Okay. Whew. All right, so I'll show mine first. I'm gonna share my screen. Let me pull it up actually.
And we'll send you guys the website that we went to do these. So you can do it all online. You don't have to go like buy supplies. Everything is just going to be via online.
Allie, you're thinking that, so this is what we're going to do. Sponsored by, well, we're not sponsored by, but we use this website. BeFunky.com. All right, so I'm going to actually, did he laugh?
That's what it's called? Be Funky?
Yeah, no, seriously.
It actually works really well.
Oh, it's amazing. Let me, I can't find it. Oh, shucks. Where did it go? Oh,
Be Funky.
oh, there it is. I need to share my screen. But
Lorna, I like your tapestry. And Megan, I like yours as well.
Thanks. It was free.
I know. I'm about to hang mine up right after this.
We've rearranged our living room at least 6 times.
Oh wow.
We've been very bored. Our rooms, every single one of us redid them as well.
Well, hey, I mean, you have nothing else to do, so might as well.
You got a lot of time to rearrange now.
Oh yeah.
Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, here we go. So, boom. Here's my vision board right here. All right, so, well, like I said, I need everybody, if you want to be a part of this challenge, vision board challenge, we'll just call it that. Send us, you can send it to my email, ahomes@bgcomaha.org. I'll put it in the chat, the YouTube chat.
Put it in Facebook too.
And
Group
good
chat.
idea, Facebook as well. All right, so this is my vision board. At the top left, as you guys can see on here, it's 2 people holding up a pair of keys, which is probably symbolizing a home. You know, I want to buy a home. Nice, beautiful, just amazing. In the middle, we have 2 married people. They just got married. I want to get married, which is it's going to happen if everything goes well with what we're going through. But yeah, boom. Third one to the top right, good vibes only. I'm a very positive person, so I want to remain being positive or just have that positivity. Right there in the middle to the left, we have a father, a mother, and their child. I want to eventually have kids as well. So beautiful picture with that. In the middle, we have a couple with a body of water. Love to travel with my significant other.
Jesus.
What I like to do.
I can't handle you right now.
Oh, cheesy.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. It's a great vision board. I'm going to continue. You have a couple right here. What do you see in the back? That moolah, baby, that money. Yes, yes. I want to continue to make that income, make that money, you know, as many ways as we can, or as I can, if you want to say it like that. Bottom left, fitness, working out. I just
Michael
picked
B.
that picture.
Jordan.
I'm not gonna lie, he's probably like my inspiration. Creed 1, 2. I'm probably gonna be in Creed 3, most likely, but we'll see.
Enough.
Most likely.
All right, bottom in the middle of the bottom middle, however you want to say it, master. Plan to get my master's degree. It should be done in about 2 years. Jermaine, by the way, I'll be starting this summer. Hope you're okay with that. Cool, bet, thanks. Just throwing it out there. And the last one, bottom right, how to become a millionaire by 30. Pretty much be retired. It doesn't have to be 30. It doesn't have to have that age limit or age or anything like that. Pretty much just talking about being retired early or just being retired in general and just continue to be a millionaire, or not continue to be a millionaire, to become a millionaire. Yeah, that's my vision board. So I'm going to exit out of this, which I don't know how I'm going to do it. Oh my gosh. Okay, there it is.
Top share.
No. I have to show Allie's now. Allie, are you ready?
Sure. Now we got to share these things.
With Allie's, here's Allie's. I'm going to let Allie explain. Oh my gosh, it's not. Yes, sir. Allie, go ahead whenever you're ready.
Okay, so the top left, I absolutely adore Michelle Obama. She's somebody that is a role model to me, and I look up to her. She's just an amazing person. I want to aspire to be like her and be as giving as she is in my lifetime. The middle represents, a group that I come from, and I'm very, I'm happy I come from that group and very open about it. Top right represents actually my significant other. She absolutely loves that type of view and that type of aesthetic stuff. And then the middle left, I can't wait to have children. And I'm hoping they're boys. So that's very exciting for me.
Thanks.
I would like, the second row middle, I would like to go get my master's or do something else with school, just to keep making myself better, because we never stop learning. The middle right, I played college softball, and softball was a big part of my life, so it's made me into the person I am today. Bottom left, just again kind of like the Michelle Obama thing, just keep knowing I'm a strong woman and just keep pushing through any adversity that comes my way. I'm a big dog lover. So the bottom middle, definitely want to have a golden retriever or a red hair retriever in my lifetime, hopefully. And then the bottom right, I just want to make sure I have a family and I can love someone for the rest of my life. Just an FYI on these vision boards, they can be your vision for your life, your vision for your career, your vision for, educational purposes. They don't have to be one certain thing. So just keep that in mind if you are going to make one, that it can be almost on any topic that you envision to have success in the future.
Definitely. I agree. Thank you again, Al. Wait, how can I get out of this now? Oh, pause share.
I don't do that.
Stop share. Nice, I did it. Perfect. Yeah, thank you again, Allie. We definitely appreciate you for making that vision board. And like we said, like I said, be funky. I will put it right here in the chat on YouTube, befunky.com. It's pretty much a picture collage. Yeah. And I'll add my email in there, and I'll post it on Facebook as well. Thank you again for that insight. Post it on Facebook as well. My email and all that jazz and things like that, so you guys can send it our way, and so we can post it or actually have it on the next Zoom for this next Thursday coming up. And before we get back into our discussion, because we don't have any questions as of right now, sad face, but it's okay though. We're going to get up. I need everybody to get up. Get up. I already mentioned this to Allie already, but I need everybody to get up for me. We're going to stretch a little bit. No, seriously, can I get everybody to stand up, please?
Oh my God.
Oh.
If just come on, we gotta move around a
What
little
if we
bit.
already stretched today?
So I need everybody to do a quick 25 jumping jacks. That's it. Just to get up and move. Even the people in the chat, that's easy. Unless you want to do 50. Okay. 25. Let's go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Uh-huh. Woo-hoo. Tiff, you enjoy it? Fake. True. All right. I don't know if I did 25.
I didn't know we had your physical activity in this.
Allie, I mentioned that to you already.
That needs to be in the description next time. Look at the puppy.
Stop doing my jumping jacks. She was getting scared.
She's like, what's mom doing?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you all on the Zoom call for doing that. Back to the discussion for a little bit, and then we'll be concluding pretty soon, guys. All right. So does anyone know what summer melt is?
Summer
Allie, you
melt?
should. Summer melt. Allie, can you give us a little brief definition? What did he say?
Ask the college students.
He doesn't want you to ask me.
I don't know what that is.
True. Yeah. But Megan doesn't know.
I'll explain what it is and then they can talk on behalf of what it is.
We'll do that.
Because they both went through it.
Oh, okay.
So like the Summer Meltdown, for one, is a curriculum that we teach in our diplomas to degrees, but it's basically transitioning from your senior year of high school to your freshman year of college. So what that looks like, signing up for classes, getting into the dorms, that typical type of stuff. Just for Lorna and for Megan, just kind of explain the process you went through and the things that you learned and you wish you wouldn't have done, and maybe things that you wish you would have done. Lorna, you can start.
Gosh. So the transition from high school to college, let's see. Well, I guess for me it was sentimental to leave high school, but like it was also like I was looking forward to college and like making a new, like discovering who I was. So I wouldn't say like I was necessarily like sad about anything, but getting ready for college, like besides packing and all that, like, I think like the biggest transition for me was like just being so far away from home and like knowing that if I wanted to go home, I couldn't. So I guess it just kind of like was reality for me that I'm on my own now. I need to like make as many friends as possible. Like that was like I kept hearing over and over and over again. Like people be like, "Oh, you're going to college, make lots of friends. You'll do great." Blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, okay. But like I got there and I was like, oh my gosh, like this is great. Like making new friends is fun, and like I can't tell you how much it's benefited me. Like since I go to like a small school, like I think there's about 2,000 of us. Like it's so easy to like meet and know new people and just run into them, and be like, hey, how's it going? Hey, and like everybody's like a first name basis. Like I guess it is the college thing, but like you get to know everybody, and that really helps out. So that's my advice and experience with it.
Megan?
I would say the move is pretty scary, but it's also a good scary because you know things are changing for the better. I found it really helpful because my first roommate, it was a random roommate, unbelievably friendly, kind of scary because she was so huggy, but she was really nice and she wanted to make me feel welcome because she was a upperclassman. So I think that helped me transition. I thought the shopping for college was really fun. I feel like there was more things that were exciting about transitioning from living at home with my parents to living in my own apartment, like, or a dorm. So I thought that was really fun. I think making friends was helpful. I also moved to college with my best friend, so I guess I didn't start off with no one. So yeah, does that answer your question?
When you guys were signing up for your first classes, you know, what do you think the do's and don'ts are when you're getting ready for that first freshman schedule?
Ooh. Well, I came in as a business major and they told me I was going to have to take 9 more math classes. And right then I was like, oh, I'm probably going to change my major right away. Not for me. So I took all of their advice when planning, and they took, University of Iowa has a few classes specifically for freshmen to kind of help them transition. Like you just go and talk about what you're feeling and write about it pretty much. Yeah, I didn't take that, but my best friend did. And it was supposedly really helpful for people who are struggling with the transition. So,
Lorna?
For me, signing up for classes, I guess I just kind of looked at the prerequisites first because I just went in knowing that I didn't want to do math. So, right there with you. But so I just looked at the classes that looked interesting, looked at like the prerequisites to graduate, just kind of crossed the like compared the two lists somewhat with that. So, yeah.
I think a big thing when creating your freshman schedule is, again, like you said, with the math classes, like looking at your major, how many math classes do I have to take? You know, how many science classes do I have to take? You know, don't take that. When you're looking at electives, don't take the hardest elective you possibly can your freshman year. I think an easier caseload freshman year is probably the best bet for most freshmen.
mm-hmm.
Just coming from a personal side too, I kind of made my first year, freshman year, kind of hard. And so that hurt me. And I think if you hurt yourself your freshman year, sometimes it's hard to dig yourself out of that hole to get a better cumulative and overall GPA for when you move up to, you know, sophomore, junior, and senior year. So, yeah.
I'd also add don't take too many classes because I think my freshman year I took 15 or 16 semester hours, and a few of them were just like yoga or something that I thought was going to be no work, but it still ended up being more than I thought. So I think I had a rough first semester, but then afterwards it got progressively better because I learned how much I could do and how I learn and what teachers are available to teach me that way.
That also goes to say some classes that you're going to look at and you think they look easy, turn out to be the most work you're probably ever going to do. So I took astronomy thinking it was going to be easy. Hardest class I took in college. So again, ask around, ask advisors. Definitely work with your advisor as much as possible. Don't be afraid to use that freshman year advisor and going in and just asking about certain professors, majors, and classes to make sure you don't overwork yourself, and definitely don't overload yourself with credits, because you may think 4 or 5 classes isn't bad, but after you get that caseload, you're like, actually, it is bad. So
There's also a website called Rate My Professor. Most colleges go through that, and
Mhm.
students go through and rate their teachers. I think it's pretty helpful. Some of them are spiteful students that
Yep.
want to get back, but then some of them are like, that teacher was really boring. Class wasn't hard, just it gives good advice most of the time.
I would say absolutely with bigger schools, especially that Rate My Professor is huge, because
Oh,
then you know who not to take classes from, which is nice. And it's not always they suck. It's just, they may grade harder than others. They may give more work than others, stuff like that. So definitely looking into those helpful websites.
Test hard,
Mm-hmm.
not a fun time.
Nice.
Good stuff.
Good stuff. Yeah. So, I can't even talk. Did you guys have any issues? The scholarship recipients? Did you guys, actually everybody? Because I know I had some myself too, especially my making that transition from a senior to a freshman after high school and all that type of stuff. Did you guys have any issues just preparing yourself for maybe your first day of class, first week of class, first semester of class, whatever it was? Maybe not even just class, just that first time you stepped on campus, second time you stepped on campus, those types of things. Any issues that you might have had that you might want to talk about?
Finding my classroom, that was hard. It took me 3 days. I tried to map out how long it would take me to walk from all my classes, and it took me 3 days to do that with all of them, at least. So I thought that was really hard. But our campus is pretty spread out. So also a few semesters that determined what classes I could take if I couldn't make it to one classroom in 10 minutes. So that was something I struggled with a little bit.
Lorna?
I think for me it would be like, because personally I cannot wake up in the morning. Like it just doesn't happen. But like I think the hardest part for me was like making sure I was awake, up, and ready to get to class in time. Because like, I mean, the benefit of going to a small school, like not just like population wise, but like the size of the school is like you can get anywhere on campus in less than 7 minutes if you try. So that was nice if I ever was like half an hour late and be like, I have 10 minutes to get to class. Whoops. Anyway, but yes, just making sure you get a good night's rest and you're ready for the next day, because early morning classes are so they come so soon.
See, I disagree. I like morning classes. I can't do night classes. I fall asleep. I'd rather do class at 7 in the morning than 6 o'clock at night, or like 3-hour labs at night. Oh, no.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with Megan. I was 100% a morning person when it came to classes, mainly because I wanted my day to be over by 10. So then I had the rest of the day to do what I wanted. Because especially in my junior and senior year, I set up my class schedule to be pretty nice. But freshman year, I was given both semesters. I had 2 7:30 classes, which I did not ask for. But our coach put us in those classes so that we could be together as a team, and it was awful. So I second with Lorna. When my alarm clock went off at 7 o'clock, or 6:30 some days, I didn't want to get up. But I think that's another thing, is just knowing the type of person you are. If you can't get up for 8 o'clock school and high school, you probably should not give yourself an 8 o'clock class, just because if you miss that 8 o'clock class so many times, they're just not going to care, And I think that arises another question. What do you think obviously college is harder, but the biggest difference between teachers and professors are?
That's a great question.
I think teachers in high school hounded you about things a lot more. I think some of the teachers in college, they care, but they're not going to go out of their way to be like, hey, you didn't do the last 6 assignments. Like, it's a lot on you.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't do it, you're kind of just putting yourself behind. So if you don't have the motivation, I would say maybe college, not for everyone.
Lorna, you have anything else?
Ditto, because like the teachers at Wartburg definitely do care about us, and like if they notice you haven't shown up for class so many days in a row, they'll be like, "Hey, are you okay?" But um, but definitely there's a lot of responsibility on you, and they'll help you, but you have to be responsible for yourself first.
I would say for Morningside, being such a small school, I would have thought they would be a little bit more caring, but my professors in the psych program would lock their doors right at 8 o'clock. And so if you weren't there before 8, you didn't come into class. So they were very strict on punctuality, which again, I think helped me in the long run. Other classes, I was always 5 or 10 minutes before it, but yeah, some professors would lock it. Or if you missed so many days, you'd get docked a letter grade. Whereas in high school, you can miss 2 weeks and probably still have an A+.
4.0 GPA still.
Yeah, you'll be fine. Whereas like labs specifically, if you miss 3 labs, generally is the general number, you fail the lab, which means you fail the class. So I think the biggest difference is they're not going to hold your hand through everything. You do have those teachers that, like you said, Lorna, that definitely are going to be like, hey, you haven't been to class for 3 or 4 days in a row. You coming? Are you okay? But then you have the professors who you might not hear from the whole semester until you see your final grade. So, yeah.
No, and I definitely agree. I went to Briarcliff, hey, Allie, at first for 2 years.
Roll stings.
You say that one more time? Hello?
Roll stings.
Oh, I mean, I don't mind. So I went to Grace after that, so I didn't care. Out of the 2 schools, I would definitely choose Grace. Obviously, it's obvious it was smaller because now it's closed down and things, but it's smaller, so the professors can definitely you can have that relationship with them, and overall, I mean, they didn't close the doors on us for sure. I know that. They didn't close the doors and all that type of stuff, but they were definitely there for us. They knew us by name. Great. I have pretty much the information that you needed to know, and they were just a helping hand in general. I really appreciate. I'd still actually talk with a couple now after graduating for this past 4 years or so, and they lend their hands. They're just a helping hand in general. I mean, I really appreciate how they gave the time and effort of what they provided for us, even when we came in late, and definitely when we were involved in sports and all those types of things. Mm-hmm. They still seen us as humans in a sense. So I really appreciate the professors. Definitely a grace for that. I mean, they did have Briarcliff too, but it's a little bit different when you're at a school that's at least 300, 400 students, and the other one's 2,000 students, and when it's maybe even 10,000, 20,000 students. So I mean, it all differs from each university. But yeah, that's my little background of the different schools I went to. I mean, I really wish I went to UNL. Man, that would have been amazing. UNL, maybe Iowa, something like that. But
UNL was amazing.
Iowa's amazing.
Iowa's better.
I followed my dreams of playing basketball.
You can't say that, Allie, because you didn't go to Iowa.
Don't worry, Allie, I believe you.
Thank you. My brother went to the U of I, so that counts.
Anyway, so.
I think again though, it plays with the professor thing. It plays off of, like Megan goes to a massive school compared to Wartburg. So Wartburg, they're going to be a lot more personable with you, whereas the University of Iowa, you could just be a number in a class, which is, again, when you're choosing where you're going to do your higher learning, you need to look into those things. Do I want a teacher who's going to care about me? Not saying the teachers that I don't, but if you want somebody who's going to be a little more personable, who can, at least, because they may only have so many students compared to having 1,000, 2,000 plus, you just have to, those are things you need to look into, because again, it's a personal thing. I couldn't have learned that way where some people can. So
I think also like Iowa supplements for that, like having such big classes. We have class twice a week, and then we'll have like a really small discussion of like 15 to 20 people led by a TA, and sometimes our teachers will come talk to us. Or as you pick a major, depending, like sometimes your class size goes down. Like I picked sign language as my minor, and there was one year we only had 12 people in my class. So
Yeah.
my teacher was really personable, but also a lot of my major classes are like 300 plus.
So I have an somebody on the outside who's just hearing our conversation and wants to chime in.
Now I want to chime in.
She went into the University of Northern Iowa, and then she also went to the University of Nebraska Omaha, and so both bigger schools. And she said, it's also an effort that the student puts in to knowing their professors, knowing their TAs, knowing those resources that you have at the bigger schools, just so freshmen or seniors who are going to be freshmen don't have this scary aura, I guess, of, oh, I can't do that in a class. But it's like, if you put in the effort, then, you will succeed. It's just like anything, I put in the effort to be better at sports, I'm going to be better at them. So it's just getting to know those professors, even though you have those larger classes.
So on that note, what I would say, despite no matter what size the class is, the size of the campus, one thing that I always did after probably my freshman year of school is I always sat in the first row. Whether it was a lecture hall, a classroom environment, I always sat in the first row. Because for one thing, when you have darker skin and you're at a predominantly white institution, people that look like me are going to stick out regardless. So either they're going to notice when you're not in class, they're going to notice when you're in class.
Mm-hmm.
So I always sat in the first row. I remember I had a sociology class, an upper level sociology class, and I always sat in the first row. And of course, you got those term papers that you had to turn in. I turned in a paper, and the professor called me out and talked to me about my paper. And I took another one of her classes, and she knew me by name. And both of her classes were 250 plus students. And so it matters your location in that classroom of where you sit. Whether you're at a school like Wartburg, where there's 2,000 students, or you're at University of Iowa, where there's 20,000+ students. That gives an indication to that professor or that instructor that you're serious about, your education and your grade in that class. So showing up on time, 5 minutes before class starts, and sitting in that first row.
Absolutely. I think that honestly plays a massive part, because I think about the people in my classes that would sit in the back with their hood up, slouched in their chair, and then they're upset when the professor gives them that C or D, and the person who's sitting in the front gets that A or B, And also, some professors, if you sit in their first two rows, they won't tell you, but they did this at Morningside, they'd give extra credit. You just wouldn't know. Yeah. At the end of the semester, they would take in regard how much you sat in the front. And so I ended up sitting in the front in almost every class just to see if I get that extra credit. Small schools.
They did that too. That's crazy.
Who came on the call, AJ?
Tom.
Hey, what's
Tom
up?
K. Tom K's here.
Yeah. How you doing, Lorna? How you doing, Megan?
Great.
Good. Now, Megan, go ahead.
Say your title and what's your alma mater?
You betcha. Tom Kunkel, Chief Operations Officer, and my alma mater is the arch rival of Megan Corey's will be alma mater, University of Illinois in Urbana-Champaign, Urbana. The Fighting Illini.
Hey, the lighting, I like the Fighting Illini. They've been doing good.
Oh man, I know. They're talking about changing their name, their mascot. So it's like, holy cow. You got some strange options out there. So it'll be interesting to see what plays out.
Yeah, that's cool.
Awesome.
What else you got, AJ?
All right, so we're getting close to that time, everybody. Tom, it's okay that you came in like 4 minutes later. It's okay though. It's okay.
It's all right. Sorry, I
Calling
apologize.
him out, dang.
Really.
No, I'm not calling him out
I
like that.
apologize.
He's a very busy person. He's a very busy person.
Hey, I was putting up this billboard behind me.
I was saying,
busy.
Tom
I
was,
was getting that billboard up back there,
he
man. Come on.
built TD Ameritrade like 2 days ago, so he's building
I
another
know.
building.
I've been around town, so.
Everywhere.
Before we conclude, I want to say, like, for sure, thank you all for being here on this Zoom and this YouTube live. Before we conclude, each and every time we have an episode, we're going to end always with, or at least definitely in the middle and the end, but for sure for this first one, end with a BGCM student of the live. So it's like a student acknowledgement. For our first one, on first episode 1, she's not in the Zoom as of right now, but it is Melissa Centennial. She's a senior at South High, 3.6 GPA, active member. She currently works for the at the front desk of the South Club, obviously when it was open. Her study for this next upcoming year is going to be at UNO, studying health science, and then eventually go to UNMC after she graduates. Her scholarship, she applied for many scholarships, for sure for the BGCM one, Buffett, Goodrich, and for the Stella. Actually, for the Stella, she actually is the winner of the Stella Scholarship. So we definitely, want to clap for her. Big drum roll.
Your sound effects are killing me.
Hey, dang, I should have got like a clap thing, whatever, yeah. And all that good stuff. So Melissa, if you are watching, or anybody that's watching that knows Melissa, tell her congrats. We will be contacting her about her, her great work that she's been doing. So before we head off of the live and the Zoom, anybody else have anything? We don't have any questions on the chat or anything like that, but any last words from you guys that you want to say before we head on and end the meeting?
I just want to say on behalf of Melissa, she's a great student, already taking classes, college classes. She's just on top of everything. She's a fun young lady. And I think she's going to do some really good things. And I think it's awesome to see a sibling of somebody who's already in the scholarship program, because Giselle Centennial is also in the scholarship program. AJ gets to work with her, but they're, again, both great kids. And it's just awesome to see, siblings and just getting more kids into the program. So kudos to her and her family.
I appreciate you mentioning Giselle in there. Allie, that is awesome. I really, both two exceptional young ladies, very similar to these two ladies we have with us, Megan and Lauren, just both exceptional young women, and very proud of you, extremely proud of you, and look forward to the wonderful things you have in front of you. So congratulations.
Absolutely. Thank you for being on the call, Lorna and Megan.
Yeah.
Definitely. Thank you.
I'll just say that this is our first YouTube and Zoom broadcast. We'll do this every Thursday at 3 p.m. So tell your friends, all those other folks out there that are chiming in on YouTube. Make sure you tell your friends, other folks to tune in every Thursday. But I also want to give a shout out to Allie once again, that she is moving on. I'm not going to say bigger and better thing, because not too much get bigger than BGCM. Bigger and better.
Right.
True that.
But she's moving on to the next chapter of life. And so I just want to commend her for the job that she's done in her role. And I also say that the students, I believe, helped prepare Allie for her next endeavor. So I think that she's going to go to Simpson College and make a profound impact. And so, big kudos to you. Good luck to you. We'll still welcome you on our Thursday Zoom and YouTube, of course.
Absolutely.
I'd love that.
You bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But everybody out there, if you get an opportunity, shoot a note, text message, email, Facebook, whatever. Shoot her a note. Let her know how you're doing. But again, just want to give a big shout out to Allie and the job she's done, and wish her very well in the next chapter.
Thanks. And I also want to thank Jermaine and Akeem. I think I learned a lot. And like Jermaine said, the kids that I've worked with, which you guys aren't even kids, gosh, Megan, you're 21 and older. So, with all the young adults that I get to work with, you guys have definitely shown me what I want to do for the rest of my life. And I love seeing you guys succeed, and just great things to come of this program, because this program is going to thrive for years and years. And just thank you to the Boys and Girls Club of the Midlands for everything they've done for me, specifically the scholarship program. Our little team may be small, but it is definitely mighty. So I appreciate everything that you guys have taught me and that you guys have done. So thank you.
We'll miss you, Allie.
Miss you guys.
Dick.
All right, Akeem, wrap her up.
Well, everybody, like I just mentioned, we really appreciate you guys for joining in onto our Zoom meeting and our YouTube live. We'll be back here next Thursday, 3 p.m. Actually, 2:55 or maybe even 2:50 p.m. just to make sure it's on time. Anyway, yeah. So we'll be back. I have one more sound effect.
I'm in charge of sound effects next time, good Lord.
All right.
All right.
All right, there we go.
Bye, guys.
Have a great
Bye.
weekend.
You too. Bye.
See you later, everybody.
Yeah.
See.
All righty.
Bye-bye.
Bye.